ですね。 Loading, loading, loading. Hey, Nat. Dropping by to say hi. Gonna finish my movie and head to bed. Long day, ups and downs. I feel ya. I definitely feel ya. Had a long day myself. But thanks for stopping by. And have a good night. Enjoy your movie. Hey, Dub. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, Dub. This is up to date. Okay. So we're going to take a look at this other sample project because I want to see I want to see if they do sliders in here because it's still bothering me that I can't do the slider. So that's a slider. So they have roots. Right. They have this custom slider here. Manipulators, draggable. Okay. Well, that's going to be useful for like inventory and stuff. We'll make it draggable. Event dispatch. So, let's take a look at button is no pseudo is disabled. Focus, okay. Damn. Yeah, it's bothering me that I can't style it. Let's see how they do these more. How-tos, maybe? Well, how-to pages. We're gonna look at the performance tips. We're kind of using a model view presenter. Kinda. We also have access to the Dragon Crashers. UI design. I think that's one of their books. Yeah. Just talks about their we want this bar to fill. Let's slow dive. You know, this was called Kebab Case. That's funny. Never knew that's what it was called. Kebab Case. That's really funny. It's interesting. They have a style guide. Yes, I know kebab. Oh my goodness. Where's the settings screen? This is just CSS. to the demos, but like, where's the screens? This. That's for that. This is like the quiz. Dock this again. I just want to just see the stupid slider. If we look at the event dispatch. I have a slider. Manipulators events demo. This has a slider. They just inline style this? How do they do this? Looks like they put a class on this. And then they just styled the dragger. Okay. Not helpful. Oh well. This project is not helpful to me. Let's open up Dragon Crashers again. Oh, oops. Damn it. I clicked both. So I'll show you. If I go to the slider control here, so I customized it, right, to be our own slider. And just gonna remove the I don't know why the text got screwed up. Give me a second to fix. Well, not important. If I go to slider and I turn on fill, okay? Let's look at the slider. So, and I do preview. Oh, what happened? Out of the box, sorry. Okay. So, when it's filled, it's not like fitting in this box. And then on top of that, when I do it, it doesn't, it's supposed to stick with this and like scale from the left over so that it stays with the slider. See what I mean? But what's happening is, if I find the fill, like this is the, oh, maybe that's the problem. Okay. It's got margins. Oh. So if I go to those my margins, Those are my margins. If I remove the margins, yeah. So like, I don't know how to make it work properly. Like, that's just bad. And it's really bothering me because this is super easy to do in the old system. And I don't know how to fix it in the new system. Oh, they absolutely position it? So background color we're overriding, but they're absolutely positioning it. I wonder if that caused the problem. So if it's relatively positioned, it just fills the bar and doesn't do anything. If I switch it to absolute, then it moves, but it doesn't move correctly. And I can... Moving this doesn't do anything. Moving this doesn't do anything. Moving this. Oh, Muddy. With 25. Rating with 25. Hello. Hello, Raiders. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. H. Mendoza. 2001. Yes, Tapia, this is Unreal. So, I'm trying to make this stop doing this. I don't know how. The... There's also no like masking that I can find in the new UI, which again, like in the old system, this was kind of relatively straightforward to do. Tracker. Actually, this should be empty. That's annoying. So, Muddy, what were you working on? We're hopefully shipping tonight. I was joking that I should start joint streaming with you at night since my kid is never going back to school. You should. Let's do it. Snow needs to go away. Muddy was showing his nunchuck skills. Experimenting with some UI changes tonight. But what I intended to build, but didn't know whether I actually like it. Oh, okay. But what I intended to build. Oh, I built what I intended to build. But I don't. Okay. Well, that's usually how it goes. I make the font bigger. I hate how it doesn't save. I have to. Font size. Where's the. My old eyes. My old eyes chat appearance. Here we go. Oop. That's better. Yeah, UI is everywhere. And honestly, like, I could leave it like this, which is fine. You know, it's just, but there's a saying with sliders that users respond better when there's actually a fill. It makes more sense to them. They can understand that this is like slowly increasing or slowly decreasing. This could be like a number of things. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, he'd probably, if he was, I'd probably get destroyed by somebody who knows Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. They got me on the ground, it'd be over. Doubt that. I highly, highly doubt that. That's, well, Tai Chi or Kung Fu. You can. Aikido. Yeah, Aikido. Krav Magra's like Israeli martial Israeli military stuff. Although there's some discrepancy on whether it's actually effective for self-defense. Okay. I don't know if it's Krav Magra. Sounds like a country singer. I'm just teasing you. That's true. Tappy does know everything. We aligned it. The problem is I don't know what Unity's doing internally. It's just not at all what I want. I'm gonna give up on this. It's not important for the demo. It's not important. Yes, from scratch in assembly. I don't need any sounds. I think we're all good with sounds. You can shut it down. I click this out. UI stuff. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Okay, actually, that's a good point. I totally forgot you sent that to me. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. So, this is our stuff. So now we go to our audio. You can jump over to it from here. Yep. And whatever the master. So audio service. So these are VCSs. I think you do that with just VSC or whatever. Fmod Unity. Is it VSC? Support for other. What is it called? VCA. 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 Okay, so it's just like bus, but this is VCA. And then this becomes VCA. We can rename these. Just be consistent. I guess with the master, is there a master one, Em? Is there like a blank one? Like for everything? First time chatter. Ghost. Ghost M4 GIC. Okay. Oh, Ghost Magic. Okay, got it. Good. Hello. Is there an advantage of using Fmod over the default Unity sound system? Yes, in my opinion, there is. So I'm working with M Audio on this project, and what she is a very talented voice actress and a sound engineer. So what it allows us to do is work completely independently. So she can do all the sound work in Fmod. She can adjust, she can add, and you could probably explain it better than me. So if you need me to pull you in for now to explain this, but like she can do things like add reverb. She can make things, create random lists so that when I call a specific sound event, it plays one of 5 random sounds, or it plays them in sequence. She can do transitions. She can create all sorts of things that I would normally have to do programmatically in Unity, and all I have to do is pass the right parameters and call the event, and she manages all of that. And she doesn't have to even look at Unity. So what's really nice. See, I wish I could actually. I can open up Fmod. I have Fmod here. So what I'll do is I'll open the sample project of Fmod. And I'll show you on the back end here what like this is not our project. This is the sample project that comes with Fmod. But like for example, trying to see where's the is this event editor? Here we go. So these are the events that they come with the sound, right? And they have like ambience. Oh, let me show off the music here. So she can do things like this and put these all together, and it's one event for me. So in my game, I would just start the city event, and she'll be able to mix all these sounds and do any sort of like alterations and editing that she wants to make it what she wants. And what's really interesting about these is these are sound collections. So if I don't know how to zoom in here, but these are multiple sounds. Like it will pick randomly when this loops and goes through again, it will pick a different one from this list. It'll pick a different one from this list. See, it's playing this one instead of the other one. So she can configure all this. Bracket keys. That's decreasing the size. I want to make these bigger, up and down. Control for me. Control bracket. So you can see like there's different sounds embedded in here, and when this hits here, it's going to pick a random one. I thought it would. Stuff like that. This is a forest. You can even do stuff like music. The music is interesting here. This is something we haven't done. But as we get more advanced in here, this is a music track. But you can see there's all sorts of things. There's like different jump points that you can go to. Things ramp up. Things blend into each other. And these are all like tagged with specific things. So you can see, I wish I could make this bigger, but up here there are parameters. So there's intro and main, and then there's a stinger volume. So what I can start playing, you'll play through start, and it's just gonna loop, right? And then when I switch this to main, I'm even gonna let it loop. I'm even gonna let it go like here. I switch it to main, it's now going to go past, and it's going to start playing and bleeding into these things. And again, this is all done. Yeah, you have full project, and now, and it's not just like putting the sounds together. It's her being able to like even manipulate them and apply sound effects and stuff like that. Like for example, in our project, and I'll show you mine. I wish I don't have the. Excuse me, I don't have the Fmod side of it, but on the Unity side, Emily set up a snapshot, and a snapshot is kind of like a preset configuration of ways of like. Oh, didn't like what I changed here. Oh, because hold on. Initialize. These should be gets ECA. Just fix those because we were switching these over. Sorry. So there's the outside like area, and then there's like inside the dungeon, right? So we wanted an echo when you went inside the dungeon. So she created a snapshot that basically pumped a bunch of sounds through a modulator. I don't know what these things are called, but something that will alter it and add an echo. And some of the sounds, like the footsteps and the attack sounds and all those sort of things, if that thing is on. Okay, I didn't find the master one. So I'll have to figure that out in a second. So when I go in here, my footsteps echo. And she was able to do that all through Fmod. I feel like you can do that with Unity's like sound system, but you create volumes and you do all this kind of stuff, and you can then add the reverb, and you can do it, but you have to do it all in Engine, and this allows her to do all that knowledge. Yeah. And that's the other cool thing too, is that Emily can now take those skills, and if she works with another team that's using Unreal and Fmod, or a custom engine in Fmod, as long as they're implementing Fmod's client, um, then she can work. She just does her work in Fmod. So yeah, so I can just use the master bus, I guess. I think that would work if I make this get bus and make this bus. Yeah, I don't think it matters, but let me put in the values here that you sent me. So we have music, music, and UI, and this is bus. Because I know the master bus has is always there. Well, because so like, yeah, sometimes I'm in Discord and I'm talking to my friends when I'm playing a game, and I don't want to turn them down. I want to turn this down. That's why games provide a master slider. And I guess I could not have a master slider, and then you could just adjust the individual ones, but sometimes it's good to like turn it all down. Oh, what happened? I lost sound. Maybe it got reset. Hold on. Maybe it got set to 0. Yeah. Okay, so master volumes 1. Now let's turn up the music. No music. Oh, sound effects. Okay, the UI slider is working. But the sound effects slider is tied to the same as the music slider. Did I do that? Music, sound effects, UI. Music, sound effects. I might have assigned it wrong. Hold on. Just making sure I name everything correct. And then, so we assigned it here. We're assigning the right values here. Current music. So scare me. Todd Makes Games, thank you so much for the follow. Then when we're in music, we're saying music, music, sound effects, sound effects, sound. Why is it? This might be on your side, Ghost Magic, thank you for the follow. Actually, let me check my settings overlay. So let's see here. Let me make sure I'm. Whoa. Token, thank you so much for the follow. Sorry, my eyes are really bad. Sound effects. Let's go to register callback. That's the button callbacks. Register callbacks. This should actually just be register callbacks. So master music, set music volume, set sound effects volume. This might be on your side, Em. I feel like I'm doing everything right. Sound effects volume slider. UI overlays, settings, with the last music track still in there. Hold on, please. Sound effects, music, they're all labeled correctly. Okay, let's try it again. Will there be demons in your game? Yes. We will be full service and clean out and renovate all kinds of dungeons, from necromancers to demons to goblins, trolls, you name it. Oh, and it looks like the sound effects is also affecting the UI. But music does not. I lower music, it actually lowers the music. But not this. And if I go into the game, you can hear the sound effects of me walking around. I gotta add a pause menu so I can edit the... Yes, I plan on having animated dead like zombies. Audio service looks correct. I think Emily has a bug. Sound effects volume seems to be controlling everything. Yep, it's like lowering everything. Let me triple check that it's not my fault. So when we lower the sound effects volume, so let's make sure we're wiring everything up correctly. We're getting the sound effects volume control. We're getting the slider under that. So let's go to set visual elements. We are getting the sound effects volume control here. And then we are getting the slider control under that. Sound effects volume. This can actually not, this doesn't need this. Okay. So sound effects volume. So then when we register the callback for sound effects volume, if it's not null, we check the values change. If we do, we take the value divided by its highest value, and then we send it to the audio service in set sound effects volume. So we jump over to that. We set the current sound effects volume. We call sound effects volume VCA, set volume of the current. So let's make sure we're assigning our sound effects is this sound effects volume VCA, which is this. So yeah, I think we're doing it correct. Okay. Sound effects, set sound effects volume is over here. All it does is it updates the current volume and then tells Fmod to set the volume on the VCA. And we double check that this is assigned correctly. We say runtime manager, that's Fmod, get VCA of this name. This name is VCA sound effects, which is the one Emily took a screenshot of. This looks correct. because it looks like the character group, the items, the non-verb items, non-reverb items. Is that what that means? And then UI. This looks correct, but check DMs. Sliding into my DMs. Game Jam. Okay. Extract. Copy. Um, Fmod. Replace. Refresh. Okay. See if it works. The music event was not set to a group in the master. She just zips them. She zips up the banks and sends them to me. Nope. That wasn't it. Maybe I'll go through it again. Maybe it's on my side. But VCA sound effects. That's correct, right? This is the name of the... Did I lose the screenshot? No, I didn't. VCA SFX. The music, that UI. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Yeah, music, sound effects, UI, right? We have a sound effects volume VCA, which is getting assigned here to sound effects volume VCA, which is VCA sound effects. Yeah, I'm setting its volume. When I set its volume, it's lowering everything. Can I look at set music volume? Sure. So set music volume is the same, basically the same thing. We're setting current music volume to this, and then we say set volume, and it's using the music one, which is getting set up here to music volume. And then it's using this VCA, and the UI is the same thing, and these all work. This lowers the music, but doesn't impact sound effects. or at least the UI. The UI volume also works. Let me make sure it doesn't do anything else. So if we go into the game, it's not impacting sound effects. But the sound effects slider is raising and lowering pretty much everything. It's almost working like the master slider. So you don't do that in Unity, you do that in Fmod. So Emily does that on the Fmod side. I can't actually do anything to the groups. I can see them, but I can't actually see what groups they're assigned to. It doesn't. I just have access to the events. See, I can see, this is what I see on my side. So I can see all the events. I can even play them. But I can't actually see the VCAs, which is really annoying. I wish they would like make that better. But I can see the snapshots and any global parameters and the banks. This is all I can really see on the Unity side. But these are just, this is just like a collection. Like Emily puts these on her side and she buckets them into folders just to organize them. I feel like something's not right. So we have the sound effects volume control and we have the master volume control. They're labeled differently. They're labeled differently. And then under this, there is the slider control, which under this is the slider. Same thing with master. We have the slider. So if I go back to my code, I did not. I mean, I wired up I used the events, but I didn't like write the slider myself. The slider is part of the UI toolkit. What I do is I get a reference to it. So let's look at that code again. So double check my strings here. So for USS class sound effects volume control, we're using sound effects volume control. For master, we're using master. Music is music, UI is UI, right? So we have, these are the strings, and this corresponds to these class names. So master, music, sound effects, UI. Think of it like HTML. These are the IDs that we're going to look up these components by. So I go down here and I say, this is getting the back button container. This is getting the apply button container. This is getting mouse sensitivity. This is getting master. This gets me basically like the div. If you're thinking about HTML, this is getting me the div that wraps our slider. And then from there, I find the slider class inside the div. So master, volume control. Music, volume control, same thing. Down here, sound effects, volume control. So here I'm getting the wrapper for the sound effects, volume control. M wouldn't use them. Half my sounds aren't playing. In ads. Okay. Sound effects volume, sound effects volume. Slider. Slider. Setting normalized value. Master, previous sound effects, previous sound effects. And sound effects volume. Register the callback event. We get the new value divided by the high value. Audio service, set sound effects. This one is the same thing, master. These are all repeats. Set volume, music, set UI. So they're all basically set up to sync to the audio. Okay. I can try to clear. Let's see. Refresh banks, maybe. I could do that. Update event references. No, that's if the paths change. But I just clicked refresh banks. Let me try it. Maybe it didn't take. So, Em, on your side, when you have the music playing and then you lower and you lower the sound effects slider and the music still stays playing? Try copying over. No, you didn't miss anything. Just us struggling to figure this out. Try copying the files over again. No, didn't even notice that they changed. I guess try exporting it again, Em, and sending me a new batch. Maybe there was something wrong with that. Let me clean up the builds that I have here. Because we've had that happen before where the change didn't take. Oh, it's doing the same thing over there. Should we collaborate on a stream and you can start streaming and I can pull in your screen here? All right, so we've identified it's on the fmod side. Well, Emily looks at that. Let's get a pause menu working so we can actually do it in the game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clone our main menu screen, and we're gonna call it pause menu. No, I don't have a studio name. I should do that though. I gotta set this like that. Maybe when the game comes closer to getting reality, I'll actually do a studio. Hello, Anders. How you doing? All right. So change this to pause. And then we have to update all this. Oh, actually, not going to do that because that's the wrong CSS file. We're going to remove this CSS file, add game UI, overlays, pause. There's probably a better way I could set this up. But pause menu. And okay. And then we can delete the home, the play button. We can leave the other buttons. And actually, the header, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this. And then we'll add a label. And header text. And then we're going to duplicate this. Okay. Give it that. And then header text. Let's do this text. White. Paused. Easy peasy. So now let's duplicate the main menu. Let's call this a pause menu. Let's update this. You think you got it? Okay. Unity, Cozy Game Jam, Fmod, replace, refresh banks. Oh, sorry, one sec. Just turn that off. Picky pants. Okay. Not doing the music. It did disable the UI sounds. Is that what we want? Let's see if it does the... Yeah, it looks like it did the rest of the sounds. But the UI sounds are disabled. Let's copy this. Call this pause menu. Make it its own file. And then we can drop the play button. Play game. Play game is no more. Oh, that I need to update my description. It is not online. There's no real info on it. I have the project. It is in shambles. Um, I do plan on going back there eventually, but right now I'm focused on Fortress Slipper. I guess I have to update my description. But that was supposed to be a. I'll bring it up to show you guys. A project from disk. That is actually. Let's see, drive projects, Unity, survival game. We'll open that one. Take a look at it. I still want to make that game. But this one just kind of sparked my interest. Okay. So we're going to need a close button. I just realized. No. It's the sound effects slider is making the UI sounds go away. I don't know if that's intended or not. Is that intended? I feel like they should be independent. So the UI slider works fine. It only mutes the UI sounds. But the sound effects slider makes the UI sounds go mute as well. It affects them. So I think it is worth it. Um, it seems a lot more stable, and I like some of the new features. Um, like for example, we were playing around with the adaptive probe volume, which took me a minute to get to work, but now I have probe volumes in here that will place light probes for me automatically. Like I have a volume in the dungeon. I can turn those on. Probe volumes, draw probes. So like, oh, oh, why did it do that? What happened to my volumes? Wait a second. Wait a second. Why did it put volumes down here? Oh no, it didn't. Okay. Okay, so it put. I guess I can refine this box a little better, but it put light probes based on this volume, and then I have a separate one for inside the dungeon, which is this one to do the inside of the dungeon. I guess I still have to work on it a little bit because that's a lot of light probes. I didn't realize it did that many. But see, like it like chops it up. So actually, I can. The outside volume shouldn't be that far. It should be like here. We'll recalculate those. I don't know why I had it out that far. And then inside one should take over. Where it's a little far, it's a little outside, so we'll bring it in. We'll bring this in. Okay, I think that's better. Now they should be separate at least. And then I don't need them that high, so let me go here and let me lower the ceiling like a lot because like that was like we don't need probes all the way over there. We also don't need probes over here. We can move these in. The player can't go over here, so um, we don't need probes. I have a collider that's preventing the player from going out of the map, so we really just need probes here, so we can improve this a little bit. And then also, um, I think I had it set too small because that was really small. It was like point. I think I had 0.5. I do not need it that small. So let me go to project settings. And oh, it wasn't there. It was it was in the renderer. Settings, PC renderer. No. Here. This is where we turn it on. There was a place where I was like, oh, it's here. And it was like specific settings. Maybe quality? No. Graphics? Yes, here. No. Maybe it's here. Default volume. It's not here. There was a setting I found that let me decide. It was in lighting settings. Like the minimum distance between the two, and I lowered it to 0.5, and I realized that's probably too small. That's gonna give me like really fine lighting control, and I don't really need that for this. Um, and now I don't remember where I saw it. Adaptive probe. See, like here, it's 0.5, and that's getting that value from somewhere, and I don't remember where. I don't remember how I found it. Sorry. So I'm gonna when I make the game, I'm gonna do the lighting differently. The reason why I went with baked lighting or mixed lighting in this case with the light probes is because I'm exporting this to WebGL and I wanted it to be as efficient as possible. And also, the last time I exported it to WebGL, there were all sorts of lighting artifacts that it looked ugly, so I wanted to switch it when I was using the real time lighting. Is there any difference in fees? Some separate bit. So, I mean, I'm sure you're aware of the big debacle that they had. Yes, I'm sorry, Emily. Yes, ma'am. I know you're patiently waiting for me. I got distracted. That's my lizard brain getting distracted. All right, so settings. Yes, that works. That works. Seems like it's working. So now let me turn the sounds down, hit apply, go into the game. And we have no footsteps. We have no... Yep, looks good. Fixed. I thought it was here. I guess not. I remember I was like, oh, they have this cool... It has its own thing. But I don't see the noise to be... Mm. Don't remember. All right, let's just bake them anyway. So we can actually set it here. So we can just make it 1.5 meters. Bake probes. Go here. Override. 1.5 should be fine. Wait for this job to finish. Yeah, see, it's baking like significantly faster. All right, thank you so much. Yeah, only 20 builds. Yep. Have a good night. Okay, that built. Bake these volumes. That's even smaller. That's this one. This should be like super fast. All right, so after this is done baking, which it just finished, let's look at the debugger again. And yeah, see, now it's not like all. Although, why is there freaking probes over here? I don't understand why it does this. But significantly less dense. Probably way more performant too. So that's just one of the new features. And then also, I think it's in the PC render settings. I forget where you turn it on. Oh, GPU resident drawer. Here we go. Turn it on. Batch rendering group variants must be set to fix. Modify graphics setting. Okay. Turn that on. So we have to go here. So we have to go to graphics settings. Instance variant. Keep all. Oh no, this one was. That one should be keep all. Okay. Okay. And then we might as well do occlusion. Did it do it already? Oh, it did. Forget how to do this again. Oh yeah, occluder.